Cancer, hello. I'm hoping that I have solved the buzzing noise on the microphone. I'm not certain, but I had noticed that I was playing back a couple of videos and I noticed there was this high buzzing, and I'm so sorry for that. I'm really hoping I fixed it this time. Anyway, hello and welcome to your November read. Cancer, this is Crow Indigo Intuitive Tarot. This is a reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising placements, and it's a general reading for the month of November. So if it is not resonating for you, don't force the fit, okay? If it's not your read, then it's not your read. And I don't want you to feel like you have to push that interpretation into your life somehow. It may not be your energies that I'm picking up on, and in which case I would recommend seeing one of the other excellent readers on YouTube for your November read. Our general questions for Spirit for November for Cancer are: where is your joy? Where are you finding joy in the month of November? And what needs attention? That was the other part of it. What needs attention in your life this month, Cancer? We're going to be using the Line Strider Tarot as our main deck, and then we will do some clarifications with the White Sage Tarot, and we'll pull an oracle card at the end. Sorry, Cancer. I think maybe you're a little muddled right now. I was very sharp and clear before I started recording your read, so I think there may be, I don't know, you're distracted, or your brain isn't processing as quickly today as you'd prefer it to, as you would like. It's possible that there's this pull from the Scorpio season on you, Cancer. Your first card is the Wheel of Fortune. So you're starting November with a sense of beginnings and endings, a sense of how life flows and how people come and go. That's definitely a theme this month for you, because it's followed by the Death card, which is about necessary endings, making space for new beginnings. There's change here. There's some element of a shift in your day-to-day that is coming. It seems like it's a pretty good one, though, Cancer, because you've got the Sun coming in. Fulfillment and joy. This is quite a nice energy to be stepping into. Oh, come now, focus. We're playing this game again. So the Sun is a good energy, and it seems that you'll be getting some much needed rest. You're recuperating in November. You're enjoying that being back in a water sign, and recharging your batteries. And I think maybe this change it's taken a fair amount out of you, whatever has been required for that completion and that end of a cycle. So you're quite happy to have a little bit of rest. The Ace of Swords comes in next. There's a sharp clarity coming to you about something. A truth is revealed, and your thinking is quite on point. The Justice card is next, interestingly. So you're balancing this truth that you are, that is being revealed to you this month, that you're discovering, this clarity that's visiting, is allowing you to understand cause and effect in your life. There's been a missing puzzle piece for you, Cancer, and it's become clear to you that there was some missing data for you. You're going to receive it this month, and that lets you put things back into balance. It's possible the Justice card always could represent some legal matter, but it doesn't have to. I don't know why I can't get the focus on today. Always the first reading does that to me. So I don't know that it's necessarily anything to do with lawyers or courts. I think it's just that something's been out of balance, and this information that's coming to you this month helps you to see how everything fits together and to sort of recalibrate those scales. The Five of Pentacles is a perceived poverty. So there's some resource, whether it's money or time, or perhaps it is, you know, some other material thing besides money. It could be attention. Something is lacking. You don't think you have enough of it. You don't believe you're receiving. You feel at a loss. And I always note in this imagery that the resources are still there, but this character can't see them. And I think that's the case with you as well. It's not that you don't have those resources. You're just not perceiving them at the moment, Cancer. You're balancing something here. You have two options, and you need to make a choice between them. You could possibly have two roles, and you're trying to keep up with both of them and fulfill your obligations in those two roles, maybe more. Maybe you have two jobs, Cancer, this month, and you're trying to make sure that you're fulfilling your duties in both places equally. Let's take a look at some clarifiers here and see if we can get a little bit more guidance for Cancer around where their joy is this month and what needs attention. Just looking at the cards that are out there already, it seems that your joy comes from completing something. A necessary end occurs, and that makes you happy. Not just relieved, I think actually joyful about that end and the chance to rest. Perhaps you have a holiday coming up. What needs your attention? I think it would be this spot here where you're perceiving that you're lacking some resource. Let's look at the Wheel of Fortune and Death together. Have any clarifications on the Wheel of Fortune and Death for Cancer for November? Clarifications. We have the Emperor. Strong leadership quality here. I don't know why it's popping into my head that maybe you've finished the coursework on your MBA. That may be some of you. There's something about being a decisive, confident leader that is leading to this completion, this turn of the wheel, this end. The Page of Wands is coming up as well. And this is exploration, excitement. It's, really celebrating your freedom. So something about this end makes you feel free, and that makes you very, very happy. Let's look at, sorry, I'm umming you a lot today. I'm still getting my mind back on track from that confusion at the beginning of your read. How about the Four of Swords? I don't want to do clarifiers on every card, so let's look at the Four of Swords for Cancer. Four of Swords is clarified by the Seven of Wands. I just want you to focus. Why won't you focus? The Seven of Wands, in relation to the Four of Swords, I think you've been kind of defending your patch lately. You've had to do a fair amount of defense. Certainly if you were doing a degree program, you would have had to defend your ideas. But whatever it is that's ended, it required a lot of your energy. It was really a situation where you had to persevere, right? You had to be always, you needed to maintain control, and there was some competition aspect there. So it almost, I get this image in my head of you're standing on a seesaw, and I don't know, that's probably not something children are allowed to do today, but when I was a child, we would sometimes stand on the seesaw, one leg on each side, and try to maintain our balance. And that's the image that's coming into my mind here. You've been in this very active space of having to keep your balance, and now you get to rest. The Ace of Swords. What is this truth that Cancer is discovering in November? It makes such a difference. The clarifier for the Ace of Swords. Clarifier for the Ace of Swords. Clarifier for the Ace of Swords, please. For Cancer. Got a couple here. The Ten of Pentacles. So it has something to do with your financial security, with great abundance, with sort of ancestral wealth, something that, you know, the kind of financial resource that, or financial security that frees your mind up to think about things other than money, because you never have to worry about that again. And then we have the Six of Swords in reverse as well. And that is adding an energy of emotional baggage, some sort of unresolved issue, needing to make a transition but resisting it. So what is this truth about? The truth is about family money. It's about family money, and it's about the emotional entanglements around probably an inheritance. You know, it doesn't have to be an inheritance, but it's something about the emotional baggage around money that has been unclear, and now it's really starting to come quite clear for you what it means. This is the Ace of Swords, clarified by the Ten of Pentacles and the Six of Swords in reverse. Do you have any other guidance there? So there have been many possible paths forward, many possible futures for you. I think maybe not just for you, for this money, many possible futures for this fortune. And I feel like there's been maybe some infighting about where the money should go. So if it's not an inheritance, it could be, you know, a large sum of money, and there's more than one person involved in deciding what happens to it. The Nine of Swords is next, and this is the anxiety, the worry, the things that keep you up at night energy. So there's been a lot of stress in this situation. The good news is you now know what you need to know here. I think this blockage starts to free up. And the Justice card. Any clarification on the Justice card? Let's see what we have here. Any clarification for Cancer for November on the Justice card? Oh, yeah, I guess it did want to come out. Let's see what we have. Queen of Pentacles is clarifying the Justice card. So there's, you know, a really practical approach here. There's financial security represented in the energy of this Queen. I think that the Justice card is saying that this blockage is freeing up. You become aware of which part of this financial abundance belongs to you, and you come out of this with financial security. That's sort of what I'm seeing. Obviously, that won't be relevant to all of you, but that's really what I see here. This is about. What about the Five of Pentacles? Where are you feeling lack? The Six of Wands is the energy that we're seeing here. And that is about victory, success, public rewards or acclaim for you, about you know, some contest you've won. So how does that relate to how you're feeling lacking in resource? Let me have a further clarification there for the Six of Wands, clarifying the Five of Pentacles for Cancer for November. Anything else there? Any further clarification on this one? Oh, I guess we do. So we have the Four of Pentacles. This is about being conservative with your resources. Oh, come now. Just, if I cover the whole thing, will it focus? Yeah. So this is being conservative about your resources. The Four of Swords, which is again the same as we had up here, resting. And the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands is about planning, making decisions to move forward, possibly to leave home. And so you're gaining your strength for a move. You may be moving out of your house, your home. You're being a bit conservative with your resources because you're storing up for this move. This move does represent a victory for you, and but yet it right now it's feeling like you don't have enough. You know, you're feeling a little bit short on the resources you need to take this big step forward. I think that's what I'm seeing there. Let's look at that Two of Pentacles, see if this is about a choice or just managing responsibilities. Give me some clarification, please, on the Two of Pentacles for Cancer for November. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. You just won't focus, will you? Knight of Swords in reverse starts us off here with an energy of unpredictability, sort of a disregard for consequences here. The Nine of Cups, this is luxury, fulfillment, you know, emotional stability perhaps, pleasure. And the Three of Cups, this is your friends, community, celebration. Could be that you're a bit unpredictable and a bit unconcerned with the consequences of a choice you're making. Seems like you have some support here from community, but it's also possible that you're making a choice with some friends and you see this direction you're moving in as quite a good one for you, so you're really not concerned what anyone else thinks about it. And I don't think that's bad here. I think that is quite a nice energy you're moving into when you make this choice here, which it seems to be more about choice than about your responsibilities. Interesting. So where is your joy? Your joy is in making this shift, making this change. It looks like you are moving to a new location, maybe. Maybe you've finished up a degree program. That's a possibility. There's been some money that has been sort of tied up, blocked. There's been a lot of emotional baggage around this money because there often is, right? If there's a lot of resources in there to be divided among a number of people, especially in a case of an inheritance, which this really kind of has a feeling of an inheritance to me. There can be some infighting, there can be a lot of people with hurt feelings or, you know, entitlement, but you do come out of this with financial security intact, and that will put you in a place here where you're not feeling quite as conservative. Sorry about that. And I think that this allows you to make this choice and to move forward and to really embrace your new beginning, which is quite a nice thing. We're going to pull one of these cards. They're not exactly oracle cards. They are affirmations, but we're going to pull one of these. They have sort of some witty humor. They're not everybody's cup of tea, but let's see what we have here for you, Cancer. We have get centered. When it gets to be too much, whatever it is, I'm sorry, that's that package has been delivered. Whatever it is, I close my eyes and return to my center. In my center, I have the wisdom and tranquility of and it has a blank for you to fill in your favorite animal, holding a magical item, floating through space on a piece of furniture. So you could do whatever you'd like, but let's just fill in some blanks here. I have the wisdom and tranquility of an otter holding a crystal ball, floating through space on a sofa. Let's just say that. The general meaning here for you, Cancer, is there's a lot of external noise, right? This has been disruptive, and it's made you feel constricted. But now you have the opportunity with justice to balance those scales, to really center yourself in your joy. So what is your joy? As we've said, it has to do with this transition, the ending and the new beginning. Possibly it's a move, and your area that needs attention is really in here, right? Where you're shifting now to not feeling quite as poor as you did before, to making a choice and moving your life forward. And I think that would be probably the best place for your attention this month. But you will know better than I. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. It is always an honor. Very much appreciate you being here. And I hope you have a fantastic November, and we'll see you next time. Thank you, Cancer. Blessings.